In this video, I will provide you with a way to repair the bottom of a conventionally framed roof rafter. And that would be a roof rafter that looks something like this, that might have some damage down here. And the first thing you can do would be to cut the damaged part out and leave as much of the good wood as you can. Now, if the rafter has termite damage that's going all the way through the rafter, you might want to remove the rafter. If not, just simply cut a section out. If you see the termites or you see some type of wood rot, then cut a little bit further. And of course, you're going to be making this repair with the roof sheathing installed on the house. You will not be nailing the roof sheathing into the rafter unless you've removed the roofing materials. And in some cases, the roof sheathing will hold up the roof rafter. And I've done single repairs using the roof sheathing. If not, put a support board underneath the rafter, maybe a 2x4 or a 2x6 or even a 4x4, depending upon how much weight there is on top of the rafter. And it would be better to use a stronger board. If you think a 2x6 will work, but you're not sure, use a 2x8 or a 4x4. And then you can go ahead and cut the roof rafter and install it on either side of the existing roof rafter. And it shouldn't be that difficult to figure out how to cut the seat cut or to measure the distance from here to here by using one of the other rafters or by using the section you cut out of the existing rafter to trace the new seat cut. However, if you need more help on that, let me know and I'll be glad to make another video. And even though you might have noticed it, I didn't mention it, the blocks on either side of the rafter will need to be removed because they're going to be a little bit shorter on one side, a little bit longer on the other side. And if you leave the blocks in, it might make it difficult to install the new roof rafter. So again, it's going to be on either side of the roof rafter. Just make sure that you don't install any connectors on the side where you're going to be installing the new rafter. And most of the time, you're going to need to turn the roof rafter a little bit. And sometimes you're even going to need to have a larger seat cut. So I don't think it would be difficult to cut the roof rafter to fit first and then see if it will slide in easy. If not, you might want to raise the existing roof rafter or even try to raise some of the other sheathing around the area where the roof rafter might need a little more room to slide into place before making the seat cut a little larger. And after you're done, you can bolt it together. You could probably even nail it together. But I think for something like this, it wouldn't be a bad idea to use some bolts, maybe some 3/8" bolts, and stagger them 16 inches on center. Or put a few in, and if it's strong enough, leave it at that. Keep in mind these are only suggested repair methods and might not work on every project. After that, you can install your blocks. And you can always reuse one of the blocks. That's going to be shorter. And there is one more thing that you could have a problem with, and that would be nailing the roof rafter to the top plate. For example, if you have a 2x4 rafter or a 2x6 rafter, it might be difficult to toe nail the rafter into the top plate. And of course, an example of a larger seat cut, you're simply going to cut the seat cut maybe a 1/2 inch larger and then slide a piece of 1/2 inch plywood in between the roof rafter and your top plate. And an example of making this part of the seat cut a little larger. And sometimes your block is going to cover up the gap here and you won't need to do anything with it. If not, you're going to need to fill it with a filler board. And of course, if you cannot nail the top plate, you're going to need to use some type of hardware. And that hardware might look something like this. And they do have a variety of different connectors you could use to make this part of the repair a little easier. So there you have it. You have any questions or suggestions for this repair? Feel free to leave them in the comment area. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button to let us know you want to see more videos like these.